What's up EFD and welcome back to Scout Report. Having finished 9th in the Premier League, ahead of Everton and Aston Villa, and within 3 points of Arsenal and Tottenham, fans of Leeds United can be pretty happy with their first season back in the top flight. It's all the more impressive considering that despite spending almost £100 million net in last summer's transfer window, they had actually invested very little in the squad in the previous 2 years of Marcelo Bielsa's managerial reign. And among the 17 teams that stayed in the Prem last term, only Newcastle, Crystal Palace and Burnley currently have a less valuable squad than Leeds right now, according to Transfermarkt. But for a club with ambitions of getting back into Europe, further investment is clearly needed, with the top half of the Premier League arguably as competitive as it's ever been. Let's take a look at 3 signings who could take Bielsa's side to the next level. Breel Embolo. It may seem like a strange place to start, but Leeds could do signing a centre forward this summer. Despite enjoying an excellent return to the Premier League, scoring 17 goals and registering 7 assists in 38 appearances, Patrick Bamford is in danger of burning out. Last term, only 2 outfield players, Luke Ayling and Stuart Dallas, played more than his 3,066 minutes, and across the last 2 campaigns, he's racked up over 6,500 minutes in league play alone, playing in all but one of the 84 games. And while goals were spread out pretty well across the forward line and midfield last season, the fact no other player hit double digits is a concern for a side wanting to break into the top 7. Suggested by @BraveHus24 on Twitter, Breel Embolo could be the answer. The Swiss forward impressed at Euro 2020, but has yet to show the kind of consistent goal-scoring form that many expected of him when he made the €26.5 million switch from Basel to Schalke in 2016. One of the most promising young attackers at the time, Embolo's development was stunted by injuries at the Veltins Arena before a switch to Borussia Mönchengladbach in 2019 saw him get back on track. However, last season was another disappointment for the 24-year-old, with almost half his minutes coming off the bench. He ended the campaign with just 5 goals and 2 assists in the Bundesliga and also faced disciplinary action after breaching COVID regulations by attending an illegal party. Nevertheless, he's the kind of player who would benefit massively from making the switch to Leeds and working under Marcelo Bielsa, who has a good track record of maximising the potential of players. Just look at the aforementioned Bamford for example. And Embolo would offer something different to the Englishman up top. Unlike Bamford, who is more of a number 9 in the classic mould, the Basel Academy graduate has spent time playing behind the striker and even on the right, even if centre forward is his preferred position. As a result, he's a more mobile and dynamic attacker, able to break through defences with his pace and dribbling ability. Last term, he completed a career-high 2.5 dribbles per 90, a figure which would rank him first in the league squad, while his 1.1 carries into the penalty area is only beaten marginally by the superb Rafinha. Crucially, he is also very hard-working. His 17.7 attempted pressures per 90 ranked him 4th in Marco Rosa's squad last term, and his willingness to defend from the front would make him a good fit in Bielsa's high-pressing system. And while his recent output has been underwhelming, Embolo also possesses the qualities to score a ton of goals. He's decent in the air, winning 2.4 aerial duels per 90, and of his 2.6 shots a game, 2.2 come from inside the 18-yard box. And despite having a down year, his ability to evade defenders with his off-ball movement and get on the end of chances saw him generate 0.48 expected goals per 90, not too far off Bamford's average of 0.54, which suggests he was a bit unlucky in front of goal. However, he may not be that easy to get. He may only have 2 years left on his contract, but he's still valued at around €25 million, a figure which may be deemed too steep for a player who wouldn't be an automatic starter. If he's unavailable, a wildcard alternative could be Hoffenheim's Andre Kramaric, whose contract runs out in 2022. Valued at just €15 million by the Football Observatory, both versatile and prolific in front of goal, and having played in a high-intensity system under Julian Nagelsmann, he could also be a very good option, although at 30, he may not be an ideal addition to a forward line which is already ageing through the centre. Nahitan Nandez. Now for a player who's been near the top of the club's agenda all summer. It may only be a matter of time until we see Najit Hernandez at Ellen Road. The Uruguayan midfielder has impressed in Serie A since joining from Cagliari from Boca Juniors in 2019, racking up 67 league appearances and ranking 2nd in the squad for minutes played across the last 2 campaigns, and attracting interest from the likes of Inter Milan and Roma. Leeds were supposedly interested in Nandez while he was still plying his trade in Argentina, and he had decent pedigree before making the jump to Europe, starting all but one of Uruguay's games at the 2018 World Cup and 2019 Copa America, as they made it to the quarter-finals in each competition. He was also part of a Boca side which made it to the historic 2018 Copa Libertadores final against arch-rivals River Plate, and now has 41 caps for his country. One thing that no doubt makes him an attractive player for Marcelo Bielsa is his versatility. He played across the midfield last term and is generally deployed on the right for Uruguay, and even filled in at right back during this summer's Copa America. So if he was required to, Nandez would be able to do what Stuart Dallas did last term, and perform in a number of different positions depending on the coach's tactical setup. Nevertheless, his main skill set is as a box-to-box midfielder, and the club may potentially have to pay upwards of €30 million for his signature, with his release clause reportedly standing at €36 million. And while he isn't at the level of previous target Rodrigo de Paul, he should add some extra bite to the side in the middle of the park. An energetic and tenacious midfielder, Nandez makes 20.6 pressures per 90, with 5.3 of them resulting in his side winning possession, ranking first among regular starters at Cagliari in both metrics. This suggests he may slot in nicely at Ellen Road, where midfielders like Calvin Phillips and Matthias Klick lead the press, while the side ranked first in the Premier League for pressures in the middle last term. He's also strong in the tackle, making almost 2 a match, and whilst this figure would only rank him 7th in the league squad, we'd expect it to rise in a side which places so much emphasis on winning back possession quickly. With Bielsa's side averaging 55% of the ball each game, quite a leapfrog on the 46% average by Cagliari, we would potentially see other areas of his game improve too. Nandez currently completes 1.2 dribbles, creates 1 chance and takes 1.1 shots per 90. Very solid all-round numbers for a midfielder playing a number of positions for a side which was outscored by all but 4 sides in Serie A last term. With Leeds ranking 6th in the Prem for chances created and goals scored last season too, there's no doubt Nandez would be able to focus more attention on his attacking skills than he's been able to in Sardinia. With a ton of experience and in peak physical condition at 25, Nandez could make the Leeds midfield both more tough to play through and harder to defend against in the new season. Josip Brekkello. One thing you'll have noticed in this video is that we haven't suggested any defenders, which considering both Diego Llorente and Robin Koch face significant spells on the sidelines may be considered a bit risky. However, we'd like to think they won't suffer the same predicament this year, while both Liam Cooper and Pascal Struijk offer good cover, not to mention the fact Bielsa has the personal and tactical nous to switch to a back 3 if needed. And with the club supposedly interested in Croatian winger Josip Brekalo, it's worth taking a look at what he could offer the Yorkshire outfit. Coming through Dinamo Zagreb's esteemed academy system, Breckello joined Wolfsburg in 2016 for €10 million, and made his Bundesliga debut that year at 18. However, he wouldn't become a regular in the side until the 2018-19 campaign, and over the last 2 years has become a more integral member of the side. He scored 10 and assisted 7 in 60 Bully appearances, with 18 of those coming off the bench. Not amazing output, but also not bad for a winger playing in a system which has been very much designed for towering striker Wout Weghorst to dominate the scoresheet. In fact, aside from the Dutchman, Breckello was Wolfsburg's top scorer last season on 7. Plus, his underlying numbers suggest his output will improve in the future. In 2019-20, he created 2.7 chances per 90, and across the last 2 campaigns, he's averaged 2.3 shots. He also does more work for the team aside from going for goal and laying on chances. Fast, skillful, and with a low centre of gravity, he's tough to get the ball off, and is crucial to the side pushing play upfield, with a 7.1 progressive carries per 90, the most in Wolfsburg's squad. Positioned on the left, he likes to cut in and affect play more centrally too, and so also offers something different to the left-footed Jack Harrison. With his club reportedly open to seeing him leave this summer, he could be secured on a permanent for as little as £15 million, despite a market value of over £20 million. He could be exactly what Bielsa needs to make his attack more dynamic and more unpredictable next season. So Leeds fans, those were our 3 signings that we think could take you into Europe next season. What do you think? Should we have included a defender? Let us know down in the comments below. As always, we're open to more suggestions, so let us know what you think. As always, make sure you're liked and subscribed to Euro Football Daily and check out some of our other scout reports that we've been putting out every week. See you next time.